This is Paul. He has recently switched to a vegan diet. This is a very sustainable choice because many problems such as climate change and pollution can be traced back to meat consumption in Western industrialized countries. The decision about what we eat could have a higher significance to global warming than the decision of what means of transport to use. Actually, farm animals contribute to climate change more than cars, trains, planes and trucks altogether. Depending on calculations, they make up to 51% of the world's total emissions. Many aspects of meat production are not obvious at first glance, even though they have a tremendous impact on the environment. Let's have a look at some basic principles of meat production. Bovine animals are fattened with maize and soy grain, which is imported. To produce 1 kilo, 2.5 pounds of animal protein in the form of meat, 11 kilos of vegetable protein are needed. This is commonly referred to as processing loss, because the animal feed could also be used for human consumption. Of course, the amount of processing loss varies depending on the type of animal, and is best visualized as the amount of crop needed to produce it. Let's look back a little further. All this animal feed has to be produced somewhere. More feed needs more acreage. To provide this land, huge regions of rainforest are cleared to grow soy. This increases the greenhouse effect and kills innumerable species. Monocropping damages the soil ecology and causes depletion. The huge amount of water required is taken from the supply much needed by the local people. 2,400 liters of water are used to produce 1 hamburger. This extravagant mismanaging of limited resources in meat production takes place even though these resources are becoming scarcer and the number of people steadily increasing. While the consumption of meat and the number of overweight individuals grow, there are almost 1 billion people starving at the same time. They lack the very nourishment which is put into the production of meat and dissolves in the processing loss. If more people stopped eating meat, plant-based protein wouldn't end up in meat production, but could be given directly to people. In the end, there would be more food available for people. The CO2 emissions could be reduced, and the environment could be preserved. In the beginning, Paul never expected that his diet could have such a positive global effect.